The offense failed to convert on 4th down earlier, but that didn't change their thinking here. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Big tight end makes the grab. It's a first down. Well, they just drained all the suspense out of the 4th down conversion, moving the chains easily. The Volunteers headed quickly to the line. Looking downfield on first down. Grabbed over the middle. It's Davis. And it's a fumble after that huge gain. Defense covering it up and not letting... Offense get it back, gets a turnover. And they were channeling their inner Mike the Tiger. Don't you think Mike could get a big paw in there to swat that thing free the way the Bayou Bengals do?
Yeah, and when you're the secondary and you're flying up, great job understanding. The guy's already kind of slowing down a little bit, but where do I put my head? I put my head on the football, get my hand on the football. Those guys, those DBs from LSU really understanding that flying up, making the big play.
The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. Looking for a gap. It's Berry. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
We thought we'd see a little wildcat formation in this spot, and here it is. Finds a little space. Breaks into the open. Inside the 30. The 10. Touchdown Tigers. He got a step and just dusted the field.
And this dude has been a problem today. Almost 200 yards rushing, rips off another long run. He has been impossible to stop. They've featured him, and Palmer, I would continue to feature him.
Yeah, I would too, David. I think he's the definition of a running back that gets better as the game goes on. The more and more you give him the football, he just seems to get stronger. He seems to get faster. People do not want to tackle this guy for 60 minutes. He is putting on a show.
Coming out with it, it's Weary. Tackled at the 24 and almost breaks even with the yardage he would have gotten with a touchback. So here is the Tennessee offense. As it turns out, the fumble on that last drive set up the touchdown, David.
And there's no bigger stat in football than turnovers. You turn the football over, they turn it into points. Jesse, that is not a recipe for success.
Good news, though, they get another chance, right? They can make amends with this drive right here. That's all that's important. You've got to execute and you've got to lock in.
And this offense on first down, man, they go backwards. And they've built a deficit, and they've been sluggish. And they just need something to get going, to get started, because they've kind of looked out of sorts and out of rhythm this whole game.
Motion from the back. Back to pass on second down. Pressure coming. He'll pull it down. Jukes his way for more. Tripped up for the tackle. The Vols want to move quickly. They'll try to bully their way for the first. That defensive front just flat whipped them as they knock him down for a big loss. 4th down and 4 yards to go. The offense will try to get it. On the option. And the ball is free on the pitch. Once that ball was loose, offense didn't have a chance. Defenders everywhere. It's a turnover.
And I'm sure this coaching staff on offense thought if we get a 4th down, we can use our speed on an option play, take the pitch, and pick up the first. but they underestimated the speed this defense has and their tenacity. Great job rallying to the pitch guy, creating a huge turnover on downs. Big play for the defense.
From the 14-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Lewis to throw. And he can't find his man as he was trying to pay off this red zone opportunity.
Well, the quarterback knew where he wanted to go with the ball. His intended target just wasn't open, so the quarterback made sure he put that football in the stands.
2nd down, he'll throw it. Pocket breaking down. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
This offensive line's got to do a better job. I mean, he doesn't even have time to go through his progressions. You got to give your QB some time. You got to make him feel comfortable. They didn't. They got in there quick, fast, and in a hurry.
He's got it and still on his feet. Works his way to the 4-yard line, and they'll have it 1st and goal. The Tigers are moving quickly down the field. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half.
Timeout, LSU.
Defense is backed up. Shadow of the goalpost, trying to defend their own end zone. They'll run it on 1st and goal. He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line.
And down here near the goal line, you've got to be physical. And this guy's proven it today, Palmer. They've given it to him. He's put it in the end zone twice already. I'm going to keep featuring him.
So you know the defense is going to be keying him too, right? Because he's hurting them a little bit in this game already. They're going to be finding a way.
And he's on his way. He'll go all the way. Touchdown, LSU! The offense did exactly what it's supposed to do with a start like that one.
When you're set up with that field position, you're thinking touchdowns. You're not thinking field goals. It's exactly what the offense does. Takes advantage of great field position.
Tennessee, 7.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll bring it out. It's Weary. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. They take over late in the half, enough time to put together a drive. Trying to start the drive with a pass. And he will be sacked at the 6-yard line.
And it's amazing that they're only trailing by a couple of points in this game because they've turned it over a couple times and they've been sacked a couple times right now. They have no rhythm on offense right now. You have got to give the defense tons of credit. They are dominating in the trenches. That's the big story so far.
Snagged in the middle. It's Jefferson. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a 1st down. And after that pitch and catch, he's already over 200 yards, and we're in the first half, Jesse.
Man, Reese, he's dialed in right now. He's really doing a nice job seeing the field, reading coverages, and finding his open guy.
Got the quick pass. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the 1st down. The offense stays on the field. Maybe they'll try to make the defense jump. They also might try to run it ahead for 1 yard. Big tight end makes the grab. 1st down, still on his feet. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains. Might be calling a hot route. Gonna look downfield again. Buys a little time with his feet. Couldn't find anybody to throw to. He'll just toss it away. It'll be 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. He's going to let one fly down the middle. He's got it on the right. Major gaps in that defense, and he got loose, and they finally knock him down at the 41. Looking to throw on 1st down. The throw to the outside is complete. Turning it on. He's down at the 23-yard line. It's a first down, and they've got to show this urgency. To the air on first down. Zings it complete to the right. Gets it inside the 10. The tackle is made, but he's got it first and goal from the 6. And this is a really important series of plays, a chance to cut into the lead just before halftime. He's looking to throw. Here's a heat. He just threw it away. The last thing you want to do is try to force something on first down in the red zone.
I like the decision by the quarterback there. It's only first down. It's not there. Throw it away. Live to play another day.
They'll go to work in the air on second down. He's going for the goal line. They'll mark him down at the 2. The excellent execution on that throw and catch. Looking for the touchdown on third and goal. Touchdown ball! Quick strike through the air for the score.
And that was great execution on that drive. That is exactly what you needed. You took almost all of the time, and you cut into this lead. Now you're about to go into the half, get everybody excited, use that momentum to start the second half.
And he makes the extra point. So here comes the kickoff after the touchdown, and the last thing you need right before the half is to give up a big return. From inside the 10-yard line, he'll bring it back. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25.
LSU offense will take over. First and 10.
One more play before the teams head to the locker rooms. Use the play fake, now to throw. He wants to go deep. Intercepted, big play, stops the drive. Looking for more room. And he's dragged down after the interception, and that's how we'll close out the first half. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
LSU 42, Tennessee 14.
And the Vols will try to kick this one deep to get things underway in the second half. Fielded in the end zone. It's Watkins. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15.
Will take over. First and 10.
LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. Not sure they had to adjust much as they'll try to build on this lead. Lewis wants to pass. Oh, it's picked off. Not the second half start they'd hoped for. Didn't really have room to operate on the return, but he hands him the ball at the 32.
And we know turnover margin is a huge part of winning ball games. Interception number 2. This quarterback has to do a better job taking care of the football. Don't force it. Take the high completion percentage stuff. Don't always try to go for the big play.
Caught in the backfield, it's Jefferson. Oh, he's got some space. And that first defender was just waving at him after that sweet move. He picked up the first down. He wants to change this route. Wants to go up top on first down. Fires toward the end zone. Just threw that one way too far.
Well, you can see the frustration on this guy's face. He's one of the best receivers in college football, and they knew coming into this game that he had to get touches, but you can't say enough about how good this defense has been.
He'll take a shot. And he can't find his man in the end zone as he was trying to pay off this red zone chance.
You want to know why this team is losing? Look no further than this statistic, guys. Their best receiver doesn't have a catch yet in this game. There they try to go his way again. The defense has completely shut him down.
On third and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Just too much heat that time, and they knock him down at the 31.
And I think that time he was trusting his pocket awareness and his arm a little bit too much. You've got to remember, you're one of the best athletes in the country playing the position. If you see a crease, you just got to take off and get it.
On 4th down, looking to pass. He'll loft one deep down the left side. And it's picked off for the 4th time today. He'll finally go out of bounds, but he was showing off all the skills after that interception.
And talk about being an impact player for his defense. That's now his 2nd interception in this game. Time and time again, when they've thrown his direction, he's come up with a big play. And in a tight game like this, those 2 interceptions, that is massive for this defense.
Keeps it and gets the 1st down. And he's brought down after a nice game.
Well, this guy's a weapon, throwing it and running it, and you know he's going to try to hurt this defense with his legs.
It puts so much stress on the defensive line to chase him, and the fact that the play is extended so long.
Yeah, if they've got a spy defensively, if someone's athletic enough to run with this guy, that's going to be maybe a sound move moving forward schematically.
They'll snap it from the 34 on 1st and 10. Lewis to throw. Fires to the right. It's caught. Huge game before he goes out of bounds, and now they've got it 1st and goal.
A lot of smiles right now on this offense. They've got a big lead, and they're just having fun out there. They're still throwing the football. These receivers are still getting open. Pass protection is still great. This quarterback's thinking to himself, man, I'm going to be padding my stats here in the 2nd half of this game because everything we're dialing up is working.
And the D deny them on 2nd and goal.
Well, I love the coverage on defense. In the red zone, everyone's got their eyes on the quarterback, and they're flying.
Touchdown, LSU! That's the way you finish a drive and put up points.
And after starting the season 0-1, they knew they needed more from their offense in this game. Just had to find ways to make more explosive plays, and that's what they've been able to do. They've executed at a tremendous level. I really like the quarterback play and the leadership that he's showing. And because of that, they look like they're going to get back to 500. And let's see where this team can go.
Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one. Tennessee ready to go to work the Big Orange offense on the field. Last drive ended with an interception, and they can't afford to have that happen again. First play of the drive wants to throw. And they won't make the connection going for the big play.
Well, this has been a day to forget if you're this quarterback. And I got to be honest, guys, I'm surprised he's still even in the game right now because he's had 0 rhythm. He hasn't been accurate. He's thrown a ton of interceptions. Most coaches would have pulled their guy by now. I know the guy I played for back in college, he would have pulled me about 2 interceptions ago.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. He's going to let one fly down the middle. And they almost had another one. Rare is the occasion when you're happy to see 4th down, but it's better than throwing another pick. Offense in an empty set. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Sends it back in motion. On 4th down, they're taking to the air. And that is his 5th interception, a nightmare he is not waking up from. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. They're starting this drive with a massive lead, and they just want to finish strong. Throws toward the end zone. And it's caught! Touchdown, Tigers!
That is exactly what most offenses will do. Big momentum play. My defense creates a turnover. I'm being aggressive. I'm going for the big score, the big play down the field. They get rewarded. They get the big passing touchdown.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll bring it out. It's Jackson. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Out comes the offense as they get set to take over. Looking for room, it's Watson. Nudges ahead for one out to the 16.
Well, not a great run there, but I think what the coaching staff is trying to do is they're trying to help out their quarterback. He's thrown interceptions on each of his last 2 drives, and the best way to try to settle him down is to get the running game established. But I think the defense is aware of that right now, loading the box. Everybody up front is ready for the run.
Lining up in the Wildcat, let's see what they've got. On the direct snap, it's Watson. Got room to work. He kept those legs moving, got 3 out to the 19.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut this guy down, and they got to keep that up here in the second half.
This defensive front just ran free in the backfield. He'll lose 3.
Man, the momentum is squarely on their side right now. It's starting to feel like they're running away with this one. They scored a touchdown their last time out. Now on this drive here in the 3rd quarter, the defense makes a massive play against the run, creating a negative play. They've got the opponent going backwards.
Can you believe this? The offense is going for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. That's caught. It's Jackson. How about that defense rising up and stopping him short on 4th down?
Man, as a defense, you're like, oh, they're going to draw us offside. They're going to draw us offside. They're not going to go for it. They go for it, and you get the big stop. You've set your offense up. You've turned the momentum. This defense should be feeling really good about themselves.
The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half.
Timeout, LSU.
Ready? Break. Double. Here we go. Using his legs, it's Barry. Getting work done on the ground. He's pulled down at the 14-yard line.
At the 14-yard line. 2nd down coming up.
It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a 1st without scoring. Off the bootleg to buy a little space. Fires on the move. Touchdown, Tigers! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
I know it's early this year, but it's obvious this guy is a focal point in this offense. After having 2 touchdowns in his first game, he gets on the board here. Doesn't matter where he lines up. They find ways to get him the football, and defenses just have not been able to figure him out.
14.
He'll bring it out. It's Weary. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17.
Volunteers will take over. 1st and 10.
The Volunteer offense is back, and they hope it's touchdown time in Tennessee. Wasting no time throwing on this drive. A little too much on that one, just out of his reach.
It leads to 2nd down.
Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. Wide receiver comes in motion. Receiver on the move, gets the touch pass. Just searching and working for the running room as he gets it out to the 26.
All right, so not a home run play for the offense, but I do like the creativity, and I like how they're going to stress this defense and do it in less conventional ways.
Under fire. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete, and fourth down's coming.
And you got to expect this offense to go for it again here on fourth down, right? Obviously trailing, we're in the second half, but we saw them try to go for it on fourth down early. Didn't have any success. They've got to dial up a better play here.
He's got it, first down and more. And he'll go down, but he has enough for the first down. And the Volunteers are in the hurry-up. Quarterback run is part of their game plan. He gets nothing, and they're staying stubborn with this running game, but at some point you're going to have to change your thought process. Here comes the option. I don't think that's the way they drew it up. Incomplete. Last two runs got a big fat nothing. Let's see if they try to go up top on 3rd and 10. From the gun, wants to pass. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Man, the defense smells blood in the water. You can tell. They're getting to this quarterback over and over and over. They've already sacked him a couple times. They're just winning up front. They almost got another sack on that last play.
They're throwing for it on 4th down. Lofts one high and deep. And it's incomplete, and the deep